dancing as well.
Check it out. Yo, what up, shorty? I see you moving.
And it's my great pleasure now to welcome into the studios a very busy lady and one of pop's hottest properties, Billie. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
You must have such a busy schedule. I'm amazed you found the time, frankly.
Oh, well, you know, time for this anyway.
Let's start off by obviously talking about the #1 record. How does it feel? Is it possible to put it into words?
It's amazing. It was the most amazing sensation of my whole life. And actually I was going on holiday the next week, so I could go on holiday knowing that I had a #1 hit. It was something that I can't really explain.
Obviously record companies will tell you when you're doing something that this is the next best thing, you're going to be a #1, but what was your realistic expectation? What did you expect to happen to that single?
Well, initially I thought, I didn't know what to think, because, you know, this is my first time in the music industry, so I wasn't aware of how much was involved or, you know, what was going to happen. I was hoping for a top 10, that was sort of my aim, and then as the midweeks were coming in, I was feeling, you know, really giddy and everything, and then my midweek was actually #2, and then my biggest sales day was on Saturday, and then on Sunday I was #1.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing.
People say it changes your life. I imagine it must have changed the life of somebody so young to have a #1 record.
I suppose it has changed my life a bit. It hasn't changed me in any way, I don't think. Probably now it seems though I don't get a lot of time to see my friends and family, which is cool because, you know, I can phone them, and when I do have time off I sort of, you know, they're my #1 priorities, and I spend time with them and we gossip and do girly things and stuff. So, you know, they're really special, loyal friends that I don't think I'll ever forget. The only other thing is that everything that I've always wanted is just coming true, so that's probably the best thing.
Can you still do things like going shopping without people stopping in the street and asking you to sing?
It is quite hard at the moment, especially where I come from, because it's such a small community. Everyone sort of knows you anyway.
Which is Swindon, yeah?
Which is Swindon, yeah. And also when I go away, a lot of people recognise me, and they don't really hassle me because, you know, I think they're aware that I'm on holiday or resting, and they're quite cool about it. They'll just ask for a photograph or an autograph, and then they're gone.
And what about your chums? What's been your chums' reaction to this? Because for them it must be really weird.
They haven't seen any different towards me, you know, other than I don't get to see them a lot, so there's a lot that I'm missing out. You know, they all seem to be grown up really before me in a way, so I suppose I'm missing out on that a bit, but they're just really cool. They're really enthusiastic, really supportive, and they're really intrigued in what I'm doing. You know, they always say, how's it going and what's that about, but you know, they know when to stop as well, because if I've been working for a long period of time, when you go home you don't really want to speak about yourself anymore because you've spoken about yourself so many times, so they're good with that.
Now I imagine it's quite interesting for them to find out what it really is like to be a pop star, because most people think that the whole thing is very glamorous, when in fact the reality is it's quite the opposite.
Yeah, you know, people only ever see the glamorous side of it, which the majority of it is really glamorous, but there's a lot of hard work behind it all. The travelling, the tiring days, tiring hours, just things like that, just really basic things that can get anyone down really. But you know, there's no big deal. I mean, you have a holiday and you get over it, and then you come back more enthusiastic and ready to go again.
I imagine some of the nice bits about travelling is that you're now seeing places that you would never in your wildest dreams have imagined you'd be whizzed round to. Where have you seen?
I've been to I was counting it the other day, about 10 or 11 countries in about 4 months. I've done most of Europe really, and I've recently ventured New York and Canada, and next week I'm going to Spain and Southeast Asia. And, yeah, so it should be a right laugh, and for, you know, for 16 years old, it's amazing.
But your passport looks quite impressive, all the stamps in it.
Well, actually we don't get the stamps. We have to beg them for stamps, and they go, well no, you know.
What about the fans in all this? Because fans are very important. If people aren't behind you, then it makes it more difficult for you. How have your fans been about it all?
My fans have been great. I could never imagine having people that looked up to you the way they do. They write me letters that, like, you know, thanking me for inspiring them, helping them out and stuff. And they're so lovely, so genuine, and there's some really sort of cheeky boy letters in there as well. But at the end of the day, they're the people that enjoy my music, have bought my CD, and, you know, are really into me. And that's sort of the most important thing. At the end of the day, they're the most important people of this whole thing.
I imagine as well it gives some of them hope they thought they might not have, because they see you doing it, and people of your age must think, crikey, I might be able to do this. I mean, how would you advise somebody who thinks they could be you one day?
Well, that's what Because We Want To is about, you know. It's about pushing yourself. It's sort of being rebellious, but it's in a positive way, you know. And I wanted it to encourage people to have a direction in life, not to let anyone spoil their dreams. And my advice is always, you know, if you want to get into it, if you believe in it that much, I'm sure you'll get it. That's sort of the old theory, I know.
But not give up when the trouble comes.
Exactly. I just think